Today I took on Minecraft's hardest challenge. This is Half Heart Hardcore, a challenge where not only are you in hardcore mode, but you also only have half a heart, which means if you take even the slightest bit of damage, your world is over. In order to survive this, I was going to need to play really carefully. Will I fall to the challenge, or will I be able to conquer it and find diamonds? There's only one way to find out. Alright. So we're in, and we have half a heart, and I'm very nervous. Of course, I spawn up on a tree, but yeah, I'm very nervous, seeing as I'm not typically the most careful person in Minecraft, and I'm very good at dying. But let's try and get some food as soon as we can. And I think some things that we're going to want to get quickly is going to be wood, of course. And we're going to want to get some wool to make a bed. So we've gotten a little bit of this food. Of course, the forest is currently burning down. Oh my god, it's burning down from both directions. There's like a fire enclosing in on me at the moment. But yeah, we're going to need to play this very carefully because even the tiniest bit of damage means that this is over in an instant. And stuff like skeletons are going to be terrifying because one stray arrow hits me and we're done. Okay, I've gotten a little bit of wood, so I'm going to make a pickaxe and a sword. And then we kind of need to keep our eye out for some sheep to get some wool because nighttime is going to be terrifying with this. And here we go. We've got some sheep, which is absolutely perfect. And we've got 3 wool there, so we're going to be able to make a bed. And I wonder if there could be some iron around here. Oh, there is a little bit. All right, that's perfect. Let's make a stone pickaxe, and we might be able to get ourselves some iron pretty quickly. And just like that, we're already able to get our first bit of iron. Sadly, it seems like it's just... Oh, no, there's a little bit here behind there. Oh, there we go. That was very lucky. I was just going to leave that and accept that it was a 1 vein. Is there any more iron nearby? Not that I can see. So we'll head back over there and we'll grab some coal and try and smelt up this iron. All right, we've gotten a little bit of coal. So let's quickly make some furnaces and we can chuck some iron in one and some beef in the other. And we're going to keep getting some more coal because torches are going to be super important for us. So there we go. We've got some iron. And the first thing that we want to make is a shield. And we'll use this other 2 to make a sword for now. So do just want to check around nearby to see if there's any iron near the surface. In caves like this, there could be a little bit of iron near the surface. We don't want to go too far in because they're very scary. But I don't see any iron near the surface of this one. But there is some iron over there. And I don't see any mobs, which is hopefully a good sign. So let's see if we can grab this iron. Looks like it might just be a 1 vein, but I did think that last time. But it looks like this one actually is just a 1 vein. Which is a little annoying, but I'll take any iron I can get at the moment. Nothing down that way. I don't want to go much further than that. Is there any more iron around here? I do see a zombie. Oh, he just despawned in front of me. Let's place some torches down. Doesn't look like there's any iron in there. All right. Okay, there are a couple more stony beaches, so we might be able to get a little bit more iron. But I'm really not seeing much. So that might be all the iron we're able to get for now. Unless there's any iron in this cave. It's not too deep, so I don't mind just taking a little peek into it. Although I'm hearing a lot of mobs in a cave beneath me. So we're just going to avoid that cave. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is a big cave. Yeah, that's why we need to be careful that we're not standing on blocks if we're mining them, because we could have fell straight into that cave. But it looked like that was just another one vein of iron, which is a little annoying. Oh, that must be... Yeah, that's that big cave. All right. Let's leave this alone for now. And what we want to do is there's kind of a nice clearing here. So, we're going to chop some trees, but we are going to make our bed first so that hopefully we can sleep as soon as possible and just get rid of night before it even comes. There we go. I've slept. I think we're safe. We seem to be. Okay, yeah, we're good. Right, so we can chop down some of these trees now and make a very, very simple starter base. And I'm not talking about my typical sort of starter base that's like decorated and nice looking and anything and everything. I mean like a wooden box. It's like I just need the bare essentials at the moment. So we can just build like a square of wood. And again, we're not going to even build it up that high because I don't want to risk falling while I'm trying to build it and dying. So it genuinely is just going to be like this simple of a little box. And like that, we now have our starter base. Again, it's very different from what I tend to build for a starter base. But it gets the job done, and that's the most important thing at the moment. I also do want to make a bunch more torches just to make sure that we're lighting up the outside. And we should probably make sure that there's some light on the roof. And also, I want to make sure that I'm using an oak door because it's got the little holes that we can see through so that nothing can sneak up on us. And so to progress much further, we could really do with finding a little bit more iron. And so I'm just going to check because we have a couple stony beach shores that have the potential to spawn iron in the side of them. It's also a good idea as well to kill mobs that I see just to make sure that I'm not going to run out of food. Luckily, we've been grabbing coal, so we can smelt all of this up. And we have a rocky shore here with no sign of any iron. Anything just in the entrance of this? Or in the entrance to this cave? There is a skeleton. But we are going to stay far, far away from that cave. Because, like I said earlier, all it takes is a single arrow. And we're done. What about this big mouth of a cave? Maybe there could be some iron lurking around. We're going to be very careful. Make sure we have a safe set of stairs out of here. Sadly, it doesn't look like there's any iron, though. And I don't think we want to go down there. Although, oh, yeah, no. I see some mobs. I was going to say I didn't see any, but there's definitely some spooky mobs down there. Okay, let's make our way back home, because I am getting a little bit lost, and I don't want to lose my base. Although, we can just check these stony beaches over here. It's possible. It's very possible, because we have... Is that another... Another one vein? Oh my gosh. I just can't catch a break for the iron today. But surely there's some iron hidden somewhere around here, right? Alright, guys, there's a little bit of iron somewhere around here. Nothing? Nothing? Nothing. Not a sausage. Okay, yeah, I couldn't find any more iron. But we did get that one piece, which means now we have 3 raw iron, which is enough for what I was wanting to do. I've also decided I'm going to move my door to this side of the house because it fits a little better. Means that we have a little bit more space out here to look out into. And I have just thought as well, another good idea would be to put some windows in. I don't have sand for actual windows, so for now we're just going to use some oak trapdoors. So we can chuck in this iron as well as cooking up a little bit more food. And what I want to do is make a hoe and a shovel. And then we're just going to dig out a little section. Let's do it here. We can get rid of this tree. But we can dig out a little trench here, like that. And make sure we're sleeping before it turns to night. Because I would not like any mobs to be spawning in. And there we go. We have had this 3 iron smelt up. So we're going to turn it into a bucket. And we're going to grab some water. There we go. And now we get rid of some of this leaf litter. We can hoe this ground and turn it all into farmland. Then all we need to do is collect a couple seeds. We'll just have to make do with 3 for now. And we can plant these seeds down like that and start growing some wheat. And it would also be smart if we made composter. Then we could use some of this leaf litter that we've collected from all over the floor and stick it all in here to try and get some bone meal. Because with bone meal, what we can do is, if we clear up some of this space, rather than bone mealing the crops directly, which would take 3 bone meal to grow one of the crops, and then we'd maybe only get like 1 extra seed, we can just bone meal open ground, and we can get grass from that, which should hopefully give us a couple more seeds, which should be the most efficient way for us to get seeds right now. And it also gives us a couple flowers, which we can stick in the composter as well. But just like that, we've got 12 extra seeds, which helps us start growing up our farm even quicker. So the next thing that I want to do is gather up some of this wood, and we're going to turn it into fences and make an animal pen. So we're going to make a fair few birch fences and stick them around like that. And then we're going to get a fence gate. And just like that, we've now made an animal pen. And the animal that I think I'm going to get is chickens. Here, chicken, chicken, chicken. Come on, let's bring you back. Quick, because it's getting dark and I need to get home and sleep. Quicker than that. Come on. Come on. I'm going to make sure we're keeping this pen lit up. And there's actually a reason that I decided to go chickens over other animals. And that's because you can breed them up like normal animals. But they can also come from eggs, which means they have 2 ways to get more chickens. Which means that they're kind of one of the fastest animals to grow the population of. So what I want to do next is just make this whole area a little bit safer. And so I'm going to collect up a whole bunch of birch wood, and I'm going to make a whole bunch of fences, and we're going to put a fence around this whole area. We can just bring the fence around like this. Make sure it's connecting up to the chicken pen, as well as making sure that the farm is within the bounds. And then, most importantly, we're going to grab some of our coal and craft up some torches so that we can make sure that these corners and all the edges where this fence is are lit up. And now we have like an entire safe area that mobs shouldn't be able to get through. At least for the most part. And we can keep collecting up chickens and growing our chicken pen. And we can't forget a fence gate to add to the front. And honestly, looking around, this is making me feel super nostalgic because it reminds me a lot of how I used to play Minecraft as a kid. Because I'm walking around here with, let's face it, not very great items. And I'm in this walled off area with a couple farms. And I'm terrified of everything. And that's exactly how I used to play Minecraft as a kid. Okay, so I've done a little bit more work on getting some seeds, and I've been able to finish off the farm. Oh gosh, we got a little runaway chicken. Be able to get any more? Nope, not for now. But what I want to start focusing on next is trying to upgrade a little bit. And because venturing into caves is not very safe, I think the way that I want to do it is a very classic staple of Minecraft, which is creating a staircase into the ground and strip mining. So we're going to just do like a little strip mine down here to this side of the base. I've genuinely had no clue that that was there, but we've managed to mine straight into some iron, which is a little crazy, but definitely nothing to sneer at. So we are just going to chuck these into the furnace. We are running out of coal, so I wouldn't mind finding some coal. And I, of course, have to be incredibly careful while mining down, because if I were to stand on a block and mine it, there's the chance of there being a cave underneath and me falling into it. Or if I stand under a block and mine it, there could be gravel above, which could also instantly kill me. So we need to be very wary of where I'm standing when I mine. Okay, we have ran into a bit more coal, which is great. And I need to remember not to stand under stuff if I'm going to mine it. Oh my gosh, this is one of the biggest coal veins I think I've ever seen. It doesn't stop going. I guess it did stop going right then. But that was 46 coal. Okay, we have broken our pickaxe now. So I'm going to go up to the top, and hopefully that iron that I got should have smelted, and we can make an iron pickaxe now. And just like that, iron pickaxe. Which is going to make mining a whole lot faster. And we're, of course, being incredibly careful around this gravel. Because if it falls on my head, all it takes is one tick of damage. And I am dead, and this world is gone. And we are above a gigantic cave which looks absolutely terrifying to me. So I'm going to play this very, very carefully. And we're just going to make a slow, steady staircase down here. I think everything is fine. Yep. Okay. We're through. We're good. We're safe. And we're happy. And we're still at Y54. We've mined a decent way down. To be fair, I think where I've made my house is on a little bit of a hill. So that's going to mean that we have to mine even further down to get to ores. Ah, we have mined into some more iron, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to collect it up like so. And we got another 8 iron. Boom. Even more iron. This is going absolutely great. I would love to be able to find some diamonds. Okay, we've reached deep slate level now. And just as a little gift, we've got even more iron. Our pickaxe is broken though, so we're going to need to quickly head up and go make a new one. And I should probably make a chest to store some of my stuff, because my inventory is getting absolutely packed. So let's chuck a bunch of this into a chest. And I can make myself a brand new pickaxe. And I've got some more iron, and I think I'm going to make an axe. Now, I am considering armor. The only thing with armor is, it doesn't matter about reducing damage we take, because if we take damage enough to do half a heart, then we're dead. And there's very little that iron armor is going to do to stop half a heart of damage. But I think it's probably worth it just for the chance that it just might save us from, like, a small bit of damage. I mean, hopefully it doesn't have to save us from any damage, but in the scary case that we do take some damage, it might manage to just save us. And there's no harm in making it anyway. But now, with all this stuff, I think I'm ready to get some diamonds. Because that's my main challenge for this video, is to try and get a diamond. And we are getting deeper now and onto the levels where finding a diamond is very realistic. But so are the chances of finding a scary cave. A very, very scary cave. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to completely block off all of that side. And then what I can do is safely, slowly move forward, making sure that there is nothing in the next bit of the cave with my shield. And when I feel safe, I can put down a torch and then keep moving. And we have reached a dead end. But it means that we've managed to clear and safely get through this cave. So that is a good thing. And I'm slightly intrigued as to what we can see in here. Probably shouldn't go too deep into this bit. But just placing a couple torches might be a nice idea. Although I see some mobs over there. So I'm just going to back away. And I'm going to close up this wall. And I might just make this little outcrop here so that we remember it's there. But then we're just going to continue our strip mine going down here. And there's a decent chances of us hitting that cave again. But at a lower down point. So we should be cautious moving forwards. Oh my god. Oh my god, wait. We did it. We got a diamond. Oh my god. Wait, before I go mine those other ones, I just want to take this one back up to my base because I want to store it and make sure that I remember it as my first diamond in half-heart hardcore Minecraft. So we can craft up an item frame, and I'm going to stick it above my bed as that, my first diamond. And now we can run down here and go grab those other diamonds. 1, 2, 3 diamonds. That's pretty good. We can make a pickaxe with that. Ooh, we found some lapis. That's exciting. And we are currently at 56. And my pickaxe broke. But we're roughly at the level that we want this strip mine to be at. Now, we need to head up quickly. Because it's getting quite dark up there. And I don't want to peek my head out just to get shot by a skeleton. Oh, wow. It is very dark up there. We're going to need to go out with our shield up, just in case. Okay, we're nearly at the surface, so we're going to stick our shield up. Check around us, and quickly run in to our house and sleep. And we can make ourselves a diamond pickaxe. But with that, I feel like this challenge has successfully been complete. Not only did I manage to get a diamond, but I've also got some decent tools. I've got a diamond pickaxe. I have a lovely little base area. And I didn't die. So if you guys made it to this point, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you've enjoyed, consider liking the video. It lets me know that you enjoy the stuff that I make. And if you want to see more, then make sure to subscribe. And let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed this challenge and maybe if you'd like to see me continue it. Although I will just say, I really didn't expect to be able to survive one episode. So there's no promises that I'll be able to survive for another episode. But if you guys really want to see it, then we might just have to do another episode of this. But anyway, I have been Shell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.